Hey everyone, so I had said originally that I wasn't going to do a TBR, but here we are. I'm doing a TBR because I set up a Bookopoly and I realized I'm reading a lot more and I'm reading faster and I'm getting through books faster. So I'm going to actually just go ahead and set up a TBR. I'm going to do 5 rolls and I realized something. It's fine. 5 rolls. If I have doubles, I have to do another one. What I'm currently reading, The Magician's Nephew, is not going to go on. That's just what I'm currently reading. I will show you my board here in a second. This is a lot like Becca in the books. But basically my board, the properties from like lowest to highest are based off of what I like to read. My boards aren't here, so I'm kind of looking over to my board. I'll show you here in a second. But my little jars are actually my chance in community, which I'm using a Doctor Who Monopoly board. Leave me alone. So it's Gallifrey in unit. But I will show you this whole board here in a second. Alright, we'll cut to my board. Alright, so here's the board. I'll go through the different properties. So my least favorite would probably be historical fiction. Not a big fan of historical fiction. And I think I'm going to change one. There's my little doodad. It's actually, if I can figure it, there we go. It's Amy and Rory from Doctor Who, from my Doctor Who Clue. Not even this game. This is the 50th anniversary edition, I think. Alright, so we move from that to unit. My unit is going to be my TBR jar. So with my TBR jar, I will have to make a book diary entry, whatever. And then the wheel spin is I have to choose from that. Anyways, that's going to be Gallifrey, if I land on Gallifrey. Then we'll go to this one, which is library, so I'll have to get something from the library, ebook, or actual physical book. And then we'll move to my TARDISes, which is, this one's out of world, so like, space, or different universe, or, just a different world. So then we move on to horror. Horror is, I've come to realize, is not one of my favorites. And then we'll move to contemporary. I wanted contemporary to be pink. If we were really doing it by what I like and I don't like, horror and contemporary would be switched. So, and then child bookshelf, which is the bookshelf next to my bed here. And then the next TARDIS is in the United States. So anything set in the United States. And then sci-fi. And then mystery / thriller. I just didn't have enough space. Oh, free parking is just my pick. I get to pick whatever I feel like. And then there's Gallifrey. And then we'll move to other country. So just anything on Earth in our time, but in a different country. And then fantasy is the yellow. I'm going to change this one to, I can't remember what I was changing it to. Nonfiction. Oh, I didn't show you this one. This is lowest rated. So my gel is lowest rated. And then go to Jill is Goodreads and get a random book from Goodreads. And then my second highest favorite is comic books. And then if you know me, well, okay. The next hardest is dystopian. And then just, you know, like dystopian or utopian, it's whatever. And then classics. I love me some classics. I own a lot of classics. And then my most recent purchase. Oh, and then this is my go on a road trip. It has to be somewhere in the United States or like the world that I have never read a book in. So I'm doing like this kind of road trip thing of where I have to like go choose a book from different countries, different states. So yeah, road trip. And then there's my little doodad. I'm gonna have to use a dice app because I don't have any dice. Okay, so my first roll was 5. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So something out of this world. Okay, so for out of this world, I chose Peter Pan because obviously most of it is set in Neverland. So, yeah, that's the same map. Anyways, I'm going to choose Peter Pan because it's short, easy. It's like 191 pages with some pictures in it. So, short, read, easy, out of this world. So, that'll be roll number 1. Roll number 2 was 8. So, we'll go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A contemporary. Alright, so I don't think I told you who wrote Peter Pan, but it's J.M. Barrie. It's such a gorgeous cover. I love that cover of Peter Pan. It's so pretty. Okay, so I think this is actually my only adult contemporary. And I picked it up not too long ago, actually. And I'm going to read Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. This was recommended by Kat from Paperback Dreams. And I was just like, you know, this kind of sounds interesting about, like, someone who does fan art. Getting with the guy that she does fan art for. So, kind of, I think, maybe, I don't know. I think it's really interesting, actually. It has 475 pages, I think. So I think this is actually the only contemporary I own currently. Which, I mean, I can go on Scribd or Libby to find me another one, but we will use that for now. So the next roll I got was 3, so we'll go 1, 2, 3. A sci-fi. I was super worried that I wouldn't find a sci-fi and that I was gonna have to look everywhere. Or sci-fi / paranormal. I'm going to like wrap those two together. So I did. I actually did. And it's Cinder. And it's something I've just recently bought as well. So we're going to read this. I didn't realize this was sci-fi, actually. It's a retelling. So it's a Cinderella retelling. It's beautiful. So I'm going to read this. It's actually my only retelling that I own, probably. Unless you can consider Wild Sargasso Sea. Oh, this is by Marissa Meyer. Wild Sargasso Sea, a retelling. But I don't know if you technically would. I don't know. I've heard it's something based on Jane Eyre, and I've also owned Jane Eyre, so there's that. Alright, next roll. Okay, so my roll was 6, and it's also a double, so I'm going to be reading an extra book on my TBR. Lovely. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Gallifrey, which is choose something from my wheel. Okay, so I have my prompts here. Give it a good shake. Is okay, a random YouTuber's TBR book. So I'm gonna have to go look on the random YouTuber's most recent TBR and random number generator and just go with it. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so I went on Murphy Napier. Shout out to her. She's really cool. Her most recent TBR, and one book she's reading is called From Far From the Tree by Robin Benway, and I just did a number generator, and that's how it goes. She's reading like 10 books here, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go on Scribd and listen to it or read it. One of the two. So that's what I'm going to do. I might see if it's in my library, but we'll see. It's award winning, so like hopefully it's good. So alright, so that's my, I don't have it obviously. So that's my 4th book. So I rolled a 9. This is my second to last book that I have to roll for. So here we go. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't see it, but that's comics. Alright. So a shorter read. Thank goodness. So I chose, this is my favorite superhero, by the way, Nightwing, Better Than Batman. So it's volume 1, and I'm so excited. I bought this a while back, and I'm just ready to actually start reading it. So we're going to be reading, it's short, super short. I'm so excited. I want to read it. I also wanted to read Injustice, but we're going to put Injustice off for a little bit. So, there's that. Nightwing, Volume 1, in the DC Universe Rebirth. So, fight me, but I want to read it. Okay? Bye. Okay, so this is my last roll. I rolled a 5. So, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gallifrey, which is again the wheel prompts. Alright, so I got wheel prompt again, Gallifrey. So, okay. Oh, I had one and then I lost it. Alright, we'll go with this one. So I won't have to video this because it didn't land on the unit, but it's the TBR chart. If I've read it, I'll throw it out and we'll go from there. Okay, so here we go. This one. Okay. The Wizard of Oz. Let's see if it'll want to focus. Yeah. Okay. The first book. That's just the first book. Okay. There it is. Oh, it's The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. My bad. So this is 5 books in one. So I'm only reading one of the 5. of this ginormous book. So, 1 out of 5, and it's the first book. So I'm reading The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. So these are the 5 books that I will, or 5 of the 6 that I hope to read. I'll read it in this order from Peter Pan, Radio Silence, Cinder, and then the one that's in between Far From Home, or Far From the Tree, Nightwing, and then The Wizard of Oz. So, that's my TBR. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a comment. If you're reading any of these this month as well, tell me about it. Or if you've read any of these, tell me how you felt, okay? Thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.